Hi, my name is Saishiva Sankaran. I am 16 years old and I'm into motorsports.
Wow, that's a great move around the outside. And I think it's Saishiva Sankaran.
Ladies and gentlemen, you join us at another MAT podcast, and today I'm joined by a guest who's just reached the studio from school. You join me with the young and dynamic Saishiva Sankaran, who is a 17-year-old racer currently racing in the Indian F4 category. Hi Sai, how are you today?
I'm all fine, and you?
All good. Tell me about your day. You've just come back from school. How
Yeah.
tiring is it for you to do motorsport in school? And
Yeah, long day from school, a lot of studying and sports and stuff, and running around in the hot sun, and just catched a bus, came back home, and got ready, and I'm here now.
okay, you have to catch a bus. You have to do homework. You have to do
Yeah.
exams, and then you
Yeah.
have to go catch flights to
Yeah,
do your
races,
racing
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
At what point does it get exhausting for you?
I mean, it does not get exhausting for me because it's something which I like to do. When you love and you have passion for something, you never find it exhausting. And for studies, I will find it exhausting because I don't like it much.
But you're still in school,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of international racers today, the guys in F1 and all that,
Yeah.
after a certain point, they decided that they don't want to give a lot of importance to schooling,
Yeah.
and they did either homeschooling or got a basic degree
Yeah.
and continued with
Continued with.
motorsport.
Yeah.
Where are you right now?
Right now, I've picked up the easiest subjects for what I can take for a 12th standard board so that I can cope up with racing as well. So I think it's not much, I don't have to put in that much for studies. But again, a challenge is a challenge, and I need to, show up with good marks to my parents.
Okay. Since you started racing at the age of 8,
Yeah.
or did you start karting at the age of 8?
I started four-stroke, not national, actually state level karting championships by the age of 8. So it's something like Indy karting. So that was my first ever event there.
So now next year it's going to be 10 years of you in the sport at some level or another, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, let's say it's just one more year. So just
Yeah.
imagine we are in that space
Yeah.
and time. Would you say you are more on the fence or you are fully committed to motorsport as a career?
I've been fully committed to the sport ever since I won my first ever event in Indy karting, and it's something which me and my dad agreed upon. No matter how down the things get, we should always keep our hopes high, and the performance on the track will obviously tell.
Fair enough. Now, obviously, like most people, your peers in this sport, ultimately, I'm sure that you want to be in F1, yes?
Yeah.
But right now, what is the next goal on your route to F1? What is the next achievement for you?
Next achievement is saving up on some budget, probably next year. Probably taking a break half of the year and participating in one of the international championships, such as the Formula Regional, or if I get a sponsorship to do an international event on F4, or again Formula Regional, I'll be down for it. But again, it's a huge toll on the financial aspects because racing is not about talent, and it's mostly about money as well. It's not like the other sports you see, such as cricket or football. That their talent clearly beats money, but now as motorsports, people are recognizing it, and it's yet to become like that, but there's few years for that. So hopefully if I get in some sponsorship for next year, I'll be doing some international event for sure.
I agree, but over the past couple of decades, the opportunities have improved. Like today, you have RPPL, you
Yeah.
have a team, and
Yeah.
so on.
Yeah.
So it is improving
Yeah.
every year. And right now, when Arjun Kapoor announced that he had purchased a team,
Yeah.
Speed Demons
Yeah.
Delhi, which
Yeah.
you're part of,
Yeah.
that's when most of us knew that Arjun Kapoor had, interest
Yeah.
in motorsport.
Interest in
Now, as
motorsport,
part of somebody, as part of his team,
yeah.
have you seen this motorsport side of Arjun Kapoor? What is it like? Can you tell us about
I
that?
mean, yeah, I've talked to him once or twice, but he's really friendly, and he's he's looking like he wants to know a lot more on the sports, and he's clearly interested. And he's created such a pathway for us to be, first of all, the Indian Racing League, which was created 2 years ago. This is a huge opportunity for all the Indian drivers, because see, they provide us a car which is much more cheaper and efficient compared to what you'll race in probably Europe, which is 10x the cost. So, first of all, thanks to the RPPL and the Indian Racing League founders, because without them, this structure wouldn't have created, and this opportunity for Indian drivers. And, film actors like Arjun Kapoor, John Abraham are, making it, a better, better or improved infrastructure for the sport.
Racing itself is high pressure.
Yeah.
Right? Because you cannot lose focus for even a second.
Yeah.
Because if you're a second off your braking marker,
Yeah.
then that line is gone. And
That
that's
line.
leaving the door open for somebody else to
Yeah.
go plunge down the
Yeah.
inside or
Yeah.
take you on the outside.
Yeah.
When you're racing independently,
Huh.
you have a certain amount of pressure.
Yeah.
But when you're racing for a team, when you're
Yeah.
racing for a known personality and
Yeah.
so on,
Yeah.
the pressure, I'm assuming it increases.
Yes.
So can you walk us through your process? Like how do you approach a race
A
weekend?
race weekend.
Yeah,
So,
like let's start from the time you leave your house until you get into the car. Can you walk me through it briefly?
Once I leave the hotel, morning I usually do some meditation or sort of warm up stretch exercise, because I have a long day ahead of me. And then once I get into my cab, I like to be, alone. I don't want to talk to anyone. My dad will ask me some questions, and what I plan for the race, and how's the pace looking and stuff. But I would like to be, listening to my music, trying to be as calm as possible, hydrating, eating the right breakfast, and going to the track, and getting ready at the same correct time, and then being into the car 2 or 3 minutes before the session is out. These all little things have an impact on how you drive. I would, rather than going in just to be on time on when the green flag is waved out for the session, and panicking and getting into your car, I think that ruins your mind, and hypes you up before the practice session or a race. So I just keep myself calm. I do my reaction test before a race, or in qualifying or before qualifying. I just close my eyes, imagine me doing a lap and setting up the lap, and basically starts off just being off cool for any day. It's just being cool and having the right mind, right time. And before races, making sure I do my reaction test with my dad, and making sure I'm really awake for the race, and all these things, the nutrition, what you do before a race, and where the amount of time you need to be in shelter, and the amount of water you drink throughout the day really has a impact on your performance. I would say before a race, during a race, I always go up with the approach of, lap one, just no matter what happens, don't take major risks, because the race is 25 minutes plus one lap. I wouldn't want to do a stupid move and put myself at the back of the pack. So normally you would see me not be too aggressive on the first few laps, but if there's an opportunity, I would go for it. But again, I you shouldn't be making stupid moves, because that'll put you right at the back. And being in the middle phase of the championship, you wouldn't really want that.
Yeah.
So making sure you have the best start, and making choices mid race. If a guy ahead is faster than you, you should know, like, if I'm stuck behind him for 2-3 laps, I'll analyze where he's slower and where I'm faster, and pass him in the section where he's really slow. And and making sure to work with others. Mainly if there's a guy who's been leading out the whole weekend, being 3-4 tenths faster than the whole weekend, and he's right behind you because he's fallen back, you sometimes, instead of holding him back, especially at the start or mid phase of the race, there's no really point you're fighting and losing out to the guys in front. You can either let him by, and you can follow him, and you can learn from him, so that you can apply it in the next few races, so that you can be faster than him, throughout the rest of the weekend at least.
Yeah, I was going to actually ask you that a little later.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about racecraft,
Yeah.
but it seems like you already have a thinking head on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Something where you're subconsciously driving fast,
Yeah.
but you're actively thinking about how
Thinking
to drive
how to
at
drive.
which stage of the race.
Yeah.
Right now, at 17 years of age, earlier you told me that you don't have a lot of exposure going and racing abroad like
Yeah.
most of your peers because of financial limitations and lack of sponsorship and all of that. And I'm very surprised that you have this racecraft despite all of that. So where do you think that came about? Were you trained for it, or do you think you just picked it up naturally? Can you walk me through that?
I actually watched a lot of F1 and a lot of 24 hours Le Mans races, and learn from the best drivers. But besides that, I have a simulator at home which I practice on with people all over the globe who have logged in for a race and race with different people with different amount of skills and learn from each one of them, so that I can I have a lot of options to know like which skill to apply during which race. So I know what to do when.
Okay. Can you tell me or rank the top 3 racing movies of all time, whatever you've seen?
I've seen the F1 movie, I've seen the Gran Turismo, and these are the only 2 movies I've seen.
Have you watched Rush?
No.
No?
I've actually watched the Cars when I've grown up, and that's something which got me into racing. So I would say the Cars would be the first. And I actually like the F1 more than the GT7. So I would put F1 second and GT7 third.
Okay, you might
Yeah.
have seen this scene I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
Ken Miles,
Yeah.
ultimately, he wasn't racing after a championship.
Yeah.
He was racing after the perfect lap.
Yeah.
Right. And even in F1 movie, Brad Pitt says that throughout the movie, and in the climax, he actually does it.
Yeah.
That perfect lap.
Yeah.
Where the car is moving fast, but
So-
he's slowing
Slowing
down.
down.
And
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
whole feeling.
Yeah.
Now, it's very nice for people like me to watch it in the theater,
Yeah,
and we're
for
very excited
sure.
about it.
Yeah.
And we claim to do
Yeah,
that in daily life.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But has it happened to you so far?
I
Or are
mean-
you also chasing that perfect lap?
That always, I would say that theory is true. That's something which happens in a qualifying lap when you have a lap time in mind and you're chasing that. And that has actually happened to me a lot of times. And you might not be some qualifying sessions, but you actually feel in one with the car. You feel connected to the car. You know what the car is doing. You know what it will do if you do something else.
But if it has happened to you several times,
Yeah.
what are you chasing then?
Uh,
You've already achieved it, no?
No, yeah. I'm trying to go faster. I'm trying to beat the lap time which I've already done. And this feeling always comes to me whenever I'm in a 1600 qualifying section, because you can, in the car, in a track like Madras, there are so many high speed corners that you can, it'll keep daring you to, find out more, by carrying in a little more speed into the corner, or, going on the throttle earlier. You're always curious of what the car is going to react. In a qualifying session of 10 minutes, you have a new tire which you need to warm up, and which slowly grips up until the last lap. So the qualifying positions are decided on the last lap, because that's when the tire is at its peak. So that, I would say, it really connects to the phase which Brad Pitt used in the movie.
So just now you're turned 17 or going to 18?
I've turned 17. I'll be turning 18.
Okay, so
next
you definitely don't have a driving license yet.
No.
But since you do this professionally, has your mother ever asked you to take her around town?
No.
Let's just go. You can drive race cars at 20 kilometers and just take me to the shop and come back.
No, and the thing is, my parents would be ending up in jail, so I can't really do that. I mean, I have 4 more months left, so there's no really rush of,
No, you don't have to go to jail. Maybe you can just write an essay and get No? Okay. Cool. Now I want to talk about F1 drivers.
Yeah.
All right. The people at my level, we are always discussing F1,
Yeah.
but it feels very shallow after a point, because me and my friends, we are not racers.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So we like or dislike a driver based on many things, from
Based
their
on
Instagram
Yeah,
feeds
yeah.
to their behavior on track to the
yeah.
kind of things they say on the radio.
Radio, yeah.
But as a racer, why do you like a certain F1 driver, and why do you not like a certain F1 driver?
I would say, like, not liking F1 drivers is a different thing. I mean,
No, I'm not saying
yeah.
not liking as in hate.
Yeah, hate, yeah.
But this driver is somebody I would like to be like.
Huh.
Not so much this driver. Do you
I
have-
would like to be much like Max Verstappen. I've been admiring him since 2016 or so. And something I would not like, I can't really point out a driver, because every driver has a journey where they've worked so hard to get to where they are. They're in F1, they've made it. And if I would want to say one guy, it would be Lance Stroll for obvious reasons.
Okay, since you like Max
Hmm.
Verstappen, what is your perspective on the 21 championship, the last lap in Abu Dhabi?
Okay, so basically, I
Do
mean,
you think FIA did right, Max did right, or do you think Lewis was cheated out of it?
I mean, it's a very controversial topic to
Yes,
talk
but
about.
as a race car driver, if you were in Lewis's place,
Yeah.
and the FIA has just said all the lapped cars can
Unlap
unlap themselves, but not all lap cars did, right?
That was definitely a twist in the situation, but that definitely came as a shock to me that they called out a safety car like that. But in if you see in several races, we've had last 3 or last 2 laps of racing always done. So I mean, they could recover the car on time, and so they said one last lap of racing. So they just they had enough time to recover the car. They did recover the car. There was no point in running the safety car idle for a lap. And that would have put in a way that okay, they wanted Lewis to win. That's why they done that. So if you see on both sides, there's always controversy or this or that. So you can't really prove a point on
Good.
what
No,
happened.
I think you're ready for the world of motorsport.
Yeah.
Very diplomatic answer. I didn't get a clear answer. Okay, but I'm going to approach it one more time
Yeah.
from a different angle.
Yeah.
So let's say you're in Max's car. You're Max
Yeah.
Verstappen
Yeah.
that day.
Mm.
All right. The call has come for you to unlap, and you've unlapped and come
Yeah.
around. Now you know things as they are.
Yeah.
Right. Now there is a certain type of person who would say, no, I don't want this victory because it feels shallow. Lewis has been running in the front for so long.
Yeah.
And now to pass him like this is something I'm not going to do. And I'm just going to hold back.
Yeah.
That's one school
Okay.
of thought.
Yeah.
Second, guys, screw everything else. I'm going to take this.
Yeah.
All right. So in Max's position, what would you have done?
I would definitely be the second guy. I mean, who wouldn't want to win a race?
So as soon as the flag drops, you're no longer a nice guy.
No. I mean, on track, whatever, you have friends all off track, but I've never seen a friendship click on track. Everyone just switches up their mentality whenever they're on track. So
in Indian F4 right now, has there been an instance where you walked onto the track with a friend holding hands and after that you just stopped talking to each other?
no, it's never like that. I mean, you definitely have a lot of close friends, but on track, everyone is racing for themselves. So no one's really give up on a situation just to let another driver pass or anything like that, because everyone has come to this championship for themselves. They've paid money by themselves. So there's no reason to help out anyone or give a position to anyone just because he is like your friend.
No, let's move away from the real world for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your sim setup.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, since some of our viewers are also very interested in tech, could you walk us through your setup first so we know?
So the whole setup is brought up by the virtual racing hub, and I have a Alpha Mini wheelbase and a SimMagic FX wheel, which is connected to the wheelbase, and I have a triple screen monitor for again the realistic feel I could get in a car, and a P1000 hydraulic pedals to make sure I feel the same, the brakes feel the same I feel in the car. And the whole rig is being made by the virtual racing hub. So that's my setup, and that's a setup which is up there with the esport level. So my lap times, or there's never like a limitation on that setup because it's always there.
I've tried sim racing as a novelty a few times. But the car has spent most of its time off the track than on the track.
Yeah.
Okay, because it is just too sensitive for
Yeah,
me. I mean,
yeah.
if I turn a little bit like this, it's going this way, that way.
Yeah.
So is that how it is?
No,
in real life
the
also?
thing is, my setup is advanced in such a way that the force feedback you get on your wheel is the same force feedback you get in real life. So
No, that's fine. But what about the sensitivity?
The wheel you've been pushing must be very easy to turn.
Must have been, yeah.
But mine takes constant effort to get
my
the
wheel
car
was
in.
more than
Yeah.
pushing and pulling, it was vibrating a lot. Because it was
Vibrating,
constantly
yeah.
on the gravel.
Yeah,
all that.
yeah. Yeah. If you be on the gravel, obviously it will vibrate.
No, I didn't want to be there, but it Oh, almost always
Yeah,
ended up there.
yeah.
So is it that sensitive, a race car?
Yeah, for sure. Your whole, but the thing in a sim and this thing, your only hands or till shoulders, it's vibrating. But when you're in the car and you've gone off, your whole body is jumping. So that's two different feel you'll never find.
Yeah, I think I probably approached it from a Hyundai Creta.
Hyundai.
I have power steering in it. All right. Now, you told me that there have been instances where you raced with Max and Lando and a few others as well.
Lando and Oscar, yeah.
Or Lando and
Yeah.
Oscar. How does that happen? Just because of your sim, if you have a sim, can you just race with them, or do you have to go through a few levels of?
That's not thing.
eSIM?
That's actually part of luck. Like when they're on a game and you join at the same time, you get lucky that you're in the same race as them.
So, is it possible for somebody who's very amateur at sim racing like me, if I log in at the right time, I can also race with Lando?
No, actually the thing is in the sessions I race in, it has a skill level based lobby.
Exactly. Yeah.
So based on your I rating, so the higher your I'm at the I rating level where I can race with the top and the mediocre guys.
Okay. So does this I rating thing have a number?
Yeah, this has a number, and a good I rating would be anything about 3000.
Where are you right now?
I'm at 4K. So
4K.
4K.
And let's say, when did you start eSIM racing?
I started 8 months ago.
8 months ago. So
Yeah.
in 8 months, you have reached 4,000.
4,000, yeah.
Do your friends do eSIM as well?
Yeah, they do.
Where are they right now?
They're all below.
But where? Give me a number, ballpark.
There'd be around 2,000 to 3,000, yeah.
So I think you're one of the very few teenagers where your mother can't tell you that stop wasting time on video games.
Yeah, I'm still technically pursuing my career. So
Yeah. Does she come and tell you, enough, go and practice?
No, she cannot.
No?
No.
Enough reading. You have to go and play a video game.
No. She never tells that.
No, ma'am, you have to tell him. It's part of training now.
When I don't study at all, why will she tell?
Okay. So I've met your mother, very nice lady.
Yeah.
And what about your father? How was the support system for you at home, and how important is it for you? Do you have a sibling?
I do. I have a older sister, elder sister. So she's 25 now and she's pursuing medicine. So it's two different backgrounds.
Very nice.
One
Okay.
studies, one doesn't. So how I initially started racing was I was visibly they could see the passionate of me being into road cars. Like I would love to sit in a passenger seat or always on a driver's seat. Like not like other kids who would like to play around with the football. I was always like take me to the car. I want to sit in the car. And I would just feel overwhelmed by just sitting in my own car or just seeing my dad drive the car around the city. So that's when my parents usually recognize my passion for the sport, and my dad took a decision of putting me into go-karting. So started up with 4-stroke. So it all started off with an Indy karting event, and from there we took it a lot more seriously. And support from family has always been there no matter what.
But it can't just be sitting in the car, because I think all kids, regardless of being more boys than girls,
Yeah.
as far as I understand, but
Yeah.
there's some girls also.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to be in a car,
Yeah.
sit there, turn the wheel, honk.
Yeah.
and all.
Yeah.
But not all of them end up as racers.
Yeah.
So have your parents ever told you why they decided to make you try motorsport, or did you tell them that you want to try motorsport?
My dad saw the vision of this happening, so I was clueless about all this.
But did something happen other than you sitting in the
No, I wanted to drive, so I kept calling myself I wanted to become a driver. But because I was so into cars and I want to drive cars, so my dad was like, okay, let's go try out go-karting this weekend. And there was a new track made for, which was being advertised a lot. So my dad, he saw the vision and he wanted to give it a try because I was so much into cars, so much into racing. And by that time, I started watching my first F1 race as well.
Have you started earning from races now? Do you have an income?
No, I would not say it's not a stable income. Some championship
But do you
awards-
have money coming in? Like, I have raced and I've earned this money. Does that happen now?
No,
No,
not
okay.
much.
At some stage, I'm sure it will happen.
Yeah.
When you have enough money, you
Yeah.
have to build a shrine to your parents.
Yeah, for sure.
Why? I'll tell you why. Because I also did the same thing.
Yeah,
When I was
yeah.
your age, I used to just sit in the car, I want to
Yeah.
drive and all that.
Yeah.
But when I told my mother that I wanted to become a driver, all she could think of was Uber driver.
Uber driver,
Okay?
yeah.
So I was very quickly discouraged from there.
Yeah.
But your parents understood that driver had something beyond that.
They joked about the Uber thing as well. So
That's the joke. But
Yeah.
see, right now my profile is an automotive journalist.
yeah.
I test various cars and bikes. But even today, when my mother explains it to somebody,
Yeah.
they will go home thinking I'm driving an Uber in Pune.
Uber. Yeah.
Right. So I think you're here right now because they had the vision. Because
They
at
had
8
the
years old,
vision.
I don't think you knew any better.
Yeah, I didn't know anything. Yeah.
Yeah. And let's go a little bit more into your personal life before we go back to the
Yeah.
professional side, make this
Yeah.
a professional interview. School, right?
Yeah.
You're going to school almost every day and you skip a lot of it, but you're
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah.
Do your classmates know that you're in the class?
Yeah.
Or
I
when
have
your
a
name is
group of
called, they're like,
friends.
who's that? You
No.
know?
No. I do come frequently to the class now this year. But it's not a sport like cricket or something. You need to be on a ground this morning or that morning. It's either once or twice a month. So I would say it's not that frequent, but it's always towards the mid of the year and towards the end of the year I have to miss. But it's not like I'm not recognized by my schoolmates or anything like.
Okay. Now, are you the only racing driver in your school?
Yeah.
Okay. You're the only racing driver in your school.
Yeah.
Correct. Does that get you more attention from your male classmates or female classmates?
I would say both. Because there's a lot of girls who are interested into Formula One sport and they're really curious.
No, that I
about
know.
it.
Are they interested in you is my question.
No, no, nothing like that. I'm really committed to my season and.
Like on February 14th, you get a lot of Valentine's cards and all that. No.
No. I would if I would get, I would obviously reject them because racing my number one priority.
Yes, note it.
Yeah.
Don't waste your money on a card. He's going to reject it. But so your friends who are boys, they are also not envious of you on that front.
I mean,
it's not getting you any extra attention.
Yeah, no. I mean, they know that I'm a racing driver and they see some of my races, but they don't know the sport as much as I do, at the same level as.
So clearly, no advantage there.
No advantage there.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe at the end of the year, we'll do a race analysis or championship analysis.
For sure, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Sai. Thank you for the time. All the best for your racing.
Yeah.